So this was a big topic recently. I did miss when it was a very hot topic, but we're gonna still react to it. The war on women's sports is over. Trump signs order banning trans athletes from female sports. Honestly, I support this so much. I do believe that men should not be in female sports. Obviously, you already have the biological disadvantage in certain sports, if not all sports. And on top of that, I just don't support this whole transgender, trans athlete thing. And I don't support this confusion. That's how I should put it. But yeah, let's react to this. Let's see how it goes.
This is a nice crowd, isn't it, huh? You've been waiting a long time for this. Yeah. So have I. Actually, it was so ridiculous. But here we are. And this doesn't have to be long. It's just all about common sense. Doesn't have to be long. In a few moments, I'll sign a historic executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports. It's about time.
For those of you, if there's any of you watching this video right now that support the trans athletes playing with competing in female sports, I recommend you leave this video. Thank you. Now, look at all these women that came out here to support this whole law and this whole actually signing of this order that bans trans athletes from female sports. It's a very diverse group, and I think that just speaks a lot. So yeah.
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women. But before going further, I want to share some very exciting news from our military. After years of shrinking force numbers at levels that nobody has ever seen before, 4 years of this we went through, and missed recruiting targets every single month, it was just announced that in December, the U.S. Army had its single best recruitment in more than 15 years. Thanks. Every single day, nearly 350 new soldiers enlisted to defend our nation, and they're very, very happy to have done so. We've done lots of interviews, and we asked why this was taking place now, and they just said there's a spirit about our country that they haven't seen in many, many years. And I happen to agree with that. But it really is clear proof that the spirit is sweeping our armed forces, and we have a great leader in Pete. As you know, we all know Pete so well. He's going to be fantastic, and so many of our great heroes, and people are starting to understand what hero is all about. So that is something that is very important. We've gotten the woke lunacy out of our military. And now
you see, I like a president like President Trump who's very blunt. And he doesn't he tells you straight exactly. He's been a very real president, and I just this is another thing that just adds onto the list of I do agree with him that our military and has been, or it was in the past, becoming very woke, for lack of better words, and now I do like how it's turning back. And yeah.
Very importantly, getting it out of women's sports. That's taking place very strongly. So in recent years, the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the very concept of biological sex and replace it with a militant transgender ideology. You heard a little bit about this, haven't you, huh? Just a little bit? Does anybody agree with them? No. would be not a good thing to say yes right here. Female athletes have been forced onto the front lines, and men claiming to be girls have stolen more than 3,500 victories. That's a lot. And invaded more than 11,000 competitions designed for women. Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona Trail Race, a very big deal in cycling, and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it, huh? 5.5 hours. So, but you have to hear the weightlifting records. You think that's bad. The weightlifting's worse. In 2023, a man in women's powerlifting broke 2 world records and outlifted his closest female opponent in one event by 440 pounds. And they continue to defend themselves, Mr. Congressman. You know that, right? They continue to defend themselves. We hope they continue onward because I don't think we can lose a race. This was one of the big reasons that we all won, and it's one of the big reasons that we had a record, a landslide like they haven't seen before, very often anyway. And who could forget last year's Paris Olympics where a male boxer stole the women's gold medal after brutalizing his female opponent so viciously that she had to forfeit just after 46 seconds, and she was a championship fighter. And actually...
Yep. As I said, if you support trans athletes being in female sports, or even if you support that at all, I recommend you look deeply into your mind. And if we're going based off straight facts, biological facts, once you're born a man, you're a man. Once you're born a female, you're a female. Can't change that. You can't alter that. You do not feel any other way. And I recommend that, yeah, I don't know. There's not too much to say. It's just...
They had 2 women or 2 people that transitioned, and both of them won gold medals, and they won them very convincingly. But all of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over. Thank you, everybody. Right. It should have been done long ago, actually. Thank you. Thank you very much. With my action this afternoon, we're putting every school receiving taxpayer dollars on notice that if you let men take over women's sports teams or invade your locker rooms, you will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding. There will be no federal funding.
See, this is good. I agree with this 101%. Comment down below. What do you think? I definitely think this was a very great ban made by President Trump. I do think that this year is going to be an interesting year, especially as I get more involved into politics and I post more content on this channel for you all. There's lots coming, lots that I'm looking forward to. I will see you all in the next episode. Have a blessed day.